Friday. Price action has been, you guessed it, it's about the same as it's been for 2 or 3 months now. Really testing the patience, testing the diamond hands out there, making everyone question if we're still in a bull run. I think undeniably, yes. I don't know why anyone, at least for Bitcoin, would be looking at a bear market quite yet. Reminder, I know it seems like a long time ago, last summer, from March all the way until October, we did nothing. Price action kind of reminiscent of what we're seeing here now over the last 3 months. All-time high, a bunch of boring price action. Nothing has changed. Bitcoin has held its lows. We had a new all-time high just 12, 13 days ago. But man, oh man, does it feel like something else. Why does it feel that way? So many reasons. So many reasons. I'd say the first and most important one, Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance putting the brakes on any hopes. Any hopes for a alt season, man. Oh my goodness. 2 new multi-year highs this week. We've seen this retrace a little bit, but I would bet heavily next week we see this wick filled. I think we're going to see higher on dominance. We've been talking about this for a long time on this channel. We've had these arrows drawn, somewhat contrarian to many analysts here. We're looking for a higher high, potentially retesting 75% on dominance, maybe going higher. We're going to find out. It's going to be an interesting time. Unfortunately, this is really not being favorable to everyone who isn't Bitcoin heavy. I told you so's are not valuable. They don't help you do better in the future. But I'm going to say, guys, I have been telling you so on this channel for nearly 6 years. You want to have Bitcoin. You want to have Bitcoin as the core of your portfolio. I say more than 50%, but I say that really because nobody ever listens to that. All the new people, no, not enough returns in Bitcoin. I got to get rich quick. I say that, but what I really mean is like 80, 90%. I'm talking almost all Bitcoin. The goal of this game, if you are in here, and we have a poll going, asking how long you've been in this game. Let's see. 20% before 17, 35% 17 to 2020, and 35% 21 to 24. Only 9% new people. Interesting. But the 20% right here, you know the game. The game is how much Bitcoin you can stack. That's it. Everything else is a distraction. All these altcoins, everything, utility, it's all a distraction, guys. They just want your Bitcoin. Be like the whales in this space. The whales in this space are stacking Bitcoin. And at times like this, it shows, right? It shows the why. For a long, long time, we heard that same rhetoric. It's too slow. The gains aren't there. Oh, I'll never get rich. All right, whatever you say, bud. That's why you're going to take on more risk and you're going to end up with like nothing. Maybe, I don't know. Just now, though, like as dominance is breaking out, it finally like feels like it's an I told you so minute. Maybe that means the top's in. Let's be real. But for dominance, but just for so long, people have fought me on this. My portfolio hit an all-time high this year. It's down from that all-time high, yes, but not by much. The reason you want Bitcoin isn't the upside, though the upside is amazing. It's the downside. Bitcoin, the downside is protected when it comes to a crypto portfolio. If you are heavy on literally any other alt in the space, if you were at that 80, 90% allocation, your portfolio would be probably pretty friggin' wrecked right now. You may really likely have not hit an all-time high in the last year or even in this cycle, probably not since 2021. Your portfolio at this moment may be in the position where it never will without some changes. There is opportunity in alts. I have them. My portfolio isn't 100% Bitcoin, but that opportunity, man, that needs to be managed correctly. That risk needs to be taken into consideration in the right way. I like to do it through position sizing. I like to say if you have 80, 90% Bitcoin, you can look to maybe have 1% positions in different alts. We'll get into that another time. That's some good stuff, but we'll get into it another time. This is likely the reason it feels bad, though. Another kind of way to put this into perspective, your total crypto market cap, despite the run up in Bitcoin pre-halving, all-time highs in March, total did not. And this really reflects what's going on with dominance. Bitcoin hitting all-time highs here, the rest of the market not. So dominance has to have moved up. Has to have moved up. That's a divergence between total and Bitcoin's price and the rest of the market. Only in November did total actually break higher than the previous all-time high, than in 2021. Despite months and weeks and whatever of like Bitcoin being there hanging out, only in November, we have had very little time above that previous all-time high. And even though it's just little amounts of time, it's even smaller amounts of gains. Now, 25% is nothing to laugh at, nothing to scoff at, especially in investing. But in crypto, this is not really what maybe would be reminiscent of the previous cycles. Let's put it that way. Total only has moved about a quarter higher than it was 4 years ago. That's like 5% a year over year, a little bit more. Now, on the sell-off in this month, it has traded back below, tested it as support. It's held so far, but we are hanging out down here. This means that the total amount of capital, which makes absolutely no sense to anyone, I'll admit this makes no sense, is equal to the peak of 2021. How does that make any sense, guys? We did not have ETFs in 2021. How many billions have they bought? We did not have Michael Saylor buying at the capacity he's been buying the last few years. How many billions has he bought? We have all kinds of countries, states looking at a Bitcoin strategic reserve, yet the total market cap is just the same as 2021. It doesn't make any sense. I will admit, it just does not make sense. It could be just the alts lagging. I don't know, not heated up. Their market cap's not as exaggerated. Or maybe, this is where I'm at, maybe the bull run is a little different this time. We'll see. That's a dangerous thing to say. Maybe it's a little different this time. And maybe it hasn't really started. Maybe it just began here in February on the back test of that total. If total crypto market cap holds February's low and we see a rally to a new all-time high on total, I think the argument that the bull run that you and I imagine will have just started. I don't know if this is going to happen in Q1. I don't know if this is going to happen this year. I think there are a lot of other dynamics in play. You hear a lot of people talking about the Fed. You hear them talking about interest rates. And that's been a big topic. It's been a big topic over the last few years. Recently, we are hearing more people speak about quantitative tightening and easing. I'll have to do more homework on this. Essentially, when the markets are quantitative easing, we are seeing essentially money being imagined into existence. And when they're tightening, that imagined money being unimagined, right? So the total amount of money or the total kind of surplus capital kind of expands and contracts. There's some analysts pointing out that during, I believe it was this time, right? During this time, we had quantitative easing. I believe during this time as well, after COVID, we had quantitative easing into these runs, and that quantitative easing may be related to alt seasons. Now, we don't have quantitative easing yet. We have quantitative tightening still. We're having that restriction or that reduction in the money supply, and we haven't seen an alt season. There could be some logic to this. There could be, in hindsight, as we look back, there could be some value in that analysis. I would say we don't really have the data to draw that conclusion, but I think it is a logical conclusion to draw, so why not pay some attention to it, right? So in order to get to that point where we have quantitative easing, what do we need? Well, we followed the Fed here. We are the home of the 𝐻𝐻 stream. We invented the FOMC. We invented 𝐻𝐻. What do we need? Well, the same data that would suggest or compel the Fed to cut rates will be that same data that will compel them to end quantitative tightening and to begin quantitative easing. Let me see. This Fed monetary policy report came out. Maybe we'll chat GPT it. That same data will compel them to start quantitative easing. Here is the kind of not great news, everybody. Today, we had two very important metrics come out. The Fed has a dual mandate, and part of that mandate involves employment. Unemployment rates, and this is, I'm going to say today's results were mixed, okay? Unemployment rate came in just under forecast and previous. Now, here's the issue. It sounds backwards, but the Fed wants to see unemployment in order to, I guess, use that as an excuse or a catalyst to cut rates further and or to begin quantitative easing. Now, non-farm payrolls came in under about 25,000 versus forecasted 169,000, 143,000, and a previous beastly 307. Now, these are conflicting. Non-farm payrolls down, unemployment down. So there's less payrolls at this time and less people without jobs. What does that mean? To be honest, it doesn't actually make sense. It doesn't really make sense to me. Maybe that would suggest that farm payrolls are the big change. My theory is that these numbers are bonk, as we know most of the numbers that they use are. These numbers are bonk. They're just kind of garbage. Unemployment rate may not take into consideration underemployment, part-time employment, things like that, because you can't have less employment or less unemployment and less payrolls, right? Doesn't make sense. There's something going on there with the numbers, and we do find that that happens a lot with the Fed. Their CPI metrics or PPI, whatever, their inflation metrics pretty much suck. They're not really reflective of reality. And that's what I think that is. So, but the kind of bad news is they are mixed at best. I would say they lean hawkish, or they lean kind of the bearish side. They lean towards an argument to raise rates, but I don't think that's coming. I think to hold rates steady and to not begin quantitative easing, unfortunately. I'm looking for this Fed policy monetary report so we can look at it. Here we go. Bum, bum, bum. Should we look at this, or do we want to look at charts? It's Friday. I don't know. I should also get to the chat. They won't cut rates so quickly. Well, they started. They started cutting rates, then they stopped. Basically, I think they just felt pressure to cut rates. They began cutting them, basically because they said they would. The market expected it. They began cutting them, and all of a sudden, inflation reared back up. It flared back up, which is no surprise to anyone, because let's be real, guys. We never reached 2% inflation. I don't care what anything says. Look at the price of anything. There's only one thing that has seemingly been inflation proof, not just throughout the last few years, but I want to, honestly, since like we were kids, right? Do you guys know what that is? And I'm not including things that people don't buy anymore, like I don't know, like non-LED TVs, like stuff people don't buy anymore. The thing that comes to my mind, hot dogs at Costco. Yeah, that's technically true. That is true. The thing that comes to mind for me, video games, Arizona iced tea. There we go. It's sad that it's hard to name anything, right? Mars bars, video games though. Dude, video games are roughly the same price they were like when we were kids. I remember having my N64 and I'm pretty sure games were like $60. They're still kind of $60, right? Kind of weird. Kind of very weird. Let's look into this monetary policy report. If it's very dry, it looks actually, oh no. Oh, sweet mother of God. No, it's 83 pages. We won't be doing that. Summary. Maybe we'll just look at the summary here. Data notes. Let's get this smaller. We don't need to have the whole screen here. The whole screen. Let's go like that. This report reflects information that was publicly available as of 9 a.m. East, February the 6th. Otherwise stated, the time series in the figures extends through the daily data, February 4th. Monthly data, December. Okay, not really interesting. Statement on longer run goals and monetary policy. This actually looks kind of good. It does look a little bit like a mouthful. So let's get ChatGPT to look at this for us. We don't need the abbreviations. We're going to get ChatGPT to digest this. I thought this was going to be a paragraph. Only the Fed says summary, and then it's 4 pages. Street Fighter. God has no mother, daughter, son, nor cousin. God is God. Darn. Awesome. My crypto goods. What's up, bro? Spreading the good word. We appreciate you. Let's try to keep it crypto though, my friends. This is there's lots of important topics in the world, but this channel is, we try to carve out a space for just crypto. I appreciate it. All right. I didn't even tell ChatGPT to do anything. I just gave it the article and it already is summarizing it. The FOMC is responsible for promoting maximum employment, stable prices, and moderate long-term interest rates, not technically, as mandated by Congress. This involves using monetary policy tools. Okay, the FOMC, okay, yep, we know that. It's like 𝐒𝐴 speech. I wonder if 𝐒𝐴 uses ChatGPT to make his speeches, considering that's word for word almost what he says every time. What? This is so bland and boring and unfilled with like interesting stuff that ChatGPT I think is confused. It's like defining things. It says here's a summary. But then it's just defining things. The FOMC adjusts monetary policy mainly by changing the federal funds rate. Yeah, we know. What? No. What? It is so bland. I think there's so little substance in there that isn't just reiterating definitions of what they do, that there is nothing for ChatGPT to break down. Wow. A 2% goal. Wow, dude. Wouldn't it be great if we could all do our jobs this way? If I could just come on here and say nothing every day. You go to work, just say nothing. Like, what is any of this? That should have been the summary. Let's try the next. There's another section named summary. Let's see if that one is actually a summary. Maybe that was a summary of the summary. I'm going to summarize the summary for you, and that will not be very important. Here we go. This is looking a little better. Inflation moderated slightly in 2024, but remained above the Open Market Committee's 2% target, as we said. Inflation eased from peak of 7.2 in 2022 to 2.6 by December. Bullshit. I believe it came down, but we didn't hit 2%. Core inflation, which excludes food and energy, which is gibberish. I told you, we're talking about payroll versus unemployment numbers. How these numbers are gibberish. Core inflation, yet not including food or energy. The two maybe most core things in an economy. You got to watch these guys. You got to keep them on their toes. Slowed but remained above target. The labor market stabilized with unemployment rates holding steady at 4.1. Job vacancies flattened and wage growth slowed. Real GDP was solid at 2.5, driven by strong consumer spending and business investment. Manufacturing output was stagnant. Housing market showed mixed results. With solid new home construction, with solid new home construction, but weak existing home sale. FOMC reduced federal funds rate by 100 BPS in late 2024, lowering to 4.25. This decision based on inflation moving towards the 2% target. And you'll notice as this data comes out and we aren't moving towards it still, they've stopped cutting rates, right? That's the key takeaway. Look at this low time frame price action. This is freaking this is cancer, man. This is terrible. Got a rally, started with a wick, started with a Darth Maul 5-minute candle. Rally, retraced 100% right back down to 17.7. Geesh. Balance sheet. Fed Reserve continued to reduce its holdings of Treasury and agency securities, aka quantitative tightening. Cutting $297 billion since June of 24 as part of the strategy to reduce the balance sheet. The FOMC plans to stop reductions once reserves reach levels consistent with its ample reserves regime, aka a bunch of bullshit. Financial conditions somewhat restrictive. Foreign growth remained modest, weak manufacturing globally. However, high-tech sectors, particularly in Asia, continued to strengthen, probably by like AI. Special topics, employment disparities. The tight labor market helped reduce disparities in employment and wages for historically disadvantaged groups. Labor productivity growth has been stronger than in previous expansion, driven by factors like new business formation, potential future AI integration. It's almost over, guys. The Federal Reserve is reviewing its monetary policy framework so that it can give us a big nothing burger next month. That's about right. That's about right. That sounds right. Thank you for sticking with me through that. Oh no, oh no. For some reason with this new mouse I got, Nope. The sensitivity keeps going crazy, and I just clicked a bunch of wrong buttons. Ooh. Oh no, did I just close? I hope I didn't close like the stream tab. Hold up. Clicked a bunch of wrong buttons. I did, but I think we're still live. We're still good. Lars wants to read a book while he's at work. All right. We can read books. Let me pull this back up, guys. Thank you for sticking with me through that little fumble there. If you could you double check? Make sure you've hit that like button on the stream. If you aren't subscribed, could you please join us in subscribing right now? Henny Britton subscribed earlier. Sharish C subscribed. Ochini 2003 subscribed. We got a lot of new subscribers here today. Can we get to 151,000 today? I'll only take 5. Honestly, if we can't, that's really sad. We can do that today. I believe in you guys. Let's see. So we went through economic numbers. We went through the Fed policy report. That's pretty good already. That's pretty damn good. Reminder, at 3 p.m. East today, it's currently 1. So in 2 hours, we have a new trading group that we launched this year. You can get a free week trial using the link in the video description below. It's in the live chat, tomcrown.io/course. You can literally get the free trial today and come to that exclusive 3 o'clock stream. You can make it. You can do it. I highly recommend you guys give this a look. Join us today. It's a great time. There's a lot of value. There are daily live exclusive streams in there. All kinds of trade setups, signals, analysis, different perspectives. It is a amazing group. And I'm so confident in the value that this group delivers on top of an entire trading course. But I'm so confident that I will give you that free week trial. And if you like it, you can use the code VIP, get 50% off. This is a limited time offer, but you'll get 50% off forever. That's a little reward for the OGs here before that group really gets cooking. So you can check that out and join us. So let's see. Seems like yesterday we hit 100,000. That was March of last year. What's up, Dave? I'm still here. I'll always be here. No sub from you today, but something in chat. That's all right, Robert. Tom, turn off the filter. You'll see he's a lizard person. How dare you? How dare you? I'm not rich enough to be a lizard person. Not nearly rich enough to be a lizard person. What else can we do? What are you guys looking at? Make tariffs great again someday. What's up, John? Titan X. John's in here shilling his Titan X again. Appreciate you. I think you were in here the other day. Yeah, we hit 100K in March of last year. So we're on track. We're on track. By March of this year, we'll have 160-ish. Pretty good. 60 in a year, that's very good. Why did Bitcoin reject again? I don't really think it rejected. It hadn't really done much here. If you were in our new group, you would have gotten some pretty sweet trades over the last few days. Let me see. Let me see what we got. Let me see. So we got the short, bam. Short at 1021, closed, profits taken, let's go. Then looked to flip that short long. Actually, that was, I corrected that one. That one's not the correct one. Here we go. We flipped that short long in the group, bam. 96,400, 965. Boom, looking back for 102. Now that has not taken profit yet, right? Nope. But still, I guess it's still technically like right at the entry. Interesting. That trade could be taken right now. Let me see. Not financial advice, of course. You know the dealio. This trade pretty simple here. Targets simple, coming from the big time frames. You guys know I love to play these. Right there, entry 96,465. Right here at that monthly 102.4. The monthly open. Brain dead trade. Sometimes the best ones are. Diamond playing out pretty well. Lots of doubters on that diamond. Where's that third line coming from? Fourth line coming from? From the really low time frame. There we go. There it is. See that monthly level right here? That's where the long was taken from. I guess that's still in play. That could still be taken here. Same take profit target. But why did it reject? I don't know. Did it really reject? Here's the thing. We're just losing sight so quickly of this chart because sentiment is so shit. In fact, I almost forgot to point this out. A very special indicator. Very, very special indicator. Signaled, I think it was last night. There it is. There it is. Right here. Sentiment is so shit. You can't even see it. Sentiment is so shit that we are losing sight so quickly of these moves. And I don't blame you. I am too. Like, as someone who lives on these charts, I'm feeling it. Like, we hit an all-time high, we fall right back down. It feels like it just can't do it. It feels like it's not going to happen. I think that's engineered. Taking a look at fear and greed. We are in fear for the first time. Remember, we were in extreme greed for quite a good amount of time. In fact, as early as last week, we were in extreme greed. We had an index of 84. I think we hit higher than that, right? We hit an extreme greed rating in November of 93. Now we are all the way into fear at 44. What date was that? November 22nd. Let's put this into perspective. Ready? November 22nd, right here. November 22nd. Extreme greed, extreme. Some of the highest greed readings on that fear and greed reader. Right here. Now let's jump forward to today. Now we're in fear. What has happened? Since that extreme greed, we have hit an all-time high. We did hit a low. This low was a little structure breaking, I'll say, though. Still a long sweep, still a liquidity sweep. Since then, though, we hit another all-time high. This was only 13-ish days ago. Now we're just at virtually the same price. So extreme greed back in November. Now fear here at 97,000. It is so easy to lose track. It's so easy to just lose sight of what's happening. We're coming off an all-time high. Bitcoin has not broken its low. We have a low, a higher high, into a higher low. That's not bad. Now, yeah, we come down here. We break, let's say January's low here after rejecting. That's looking bad. Then we're looking for lower numbers, probably down into like high 70s. Maybe 80s, whatever. It's not even worth speculating at the moment. But as this stands, we have a higher high, higher low. We're just in an uptrend. Like, it just feels like we're not. It's the slowest uptrend I've ever watched in Bitcoin. But it's there. And it's highly reminiscent of last year's price action. It really is very, very similar. Incredibly similar. Right? Just sideways. Was the bull market over? Were the highs in? No, we kept going. This may look exactly like this in hindsight. That would suck. But maybe we trade sideways here for 3 to 6 months instead of during the summer. And then maybe we just run Q3, Q4. That'd be interesting. That'd mix it up a little bit. What's up, Lawrence Dombrowski? How you doing, man? Subscribing. 𝐂𝐴𝐵𝐿 How are you? And a few others. We're one away from 151,000. Wild. We made it. We made it all the way here. All the way home. How's this going? How are you doing? Still about 20% of us before 2017. 35%, 17 to 20, 21 to 24, 36%. Still 9% are brand new to crypto. Welcome, you guys. I don't know how you found this place during this time. I pity you. That was a rough time to find it. But you're here. Welcome. You're ahead of the gang. Doesn't the bull run historically begin after the Q1 halving? I mean, it depends where you measure it from, Shane. Depends where you measure it from. I would say that the halving is almost always during the bull run, right? From the low. Like, it highly dependent on where you measure it. I always measure it from the bear market low. After that, it's the bull run, right? Technically, it would have been back here in 2018. You can say 2020. Here's the halving. Where's the other halving? Like right here. Halving. Yeah, halving was right here. Into the bull run, let's say. Into the bull run. The bottom has been in typically. And the bull run, I will say, it has started in halving. But we've never had an all-time high at halving. Maybe that's why we're seeing a little bit funkier price action here. That's never happened. Literally, there's never been an all-time high at halving. That happened last year. Pretty weird. Or before the halving. That happened last year. Pretty strange. Pretty weird price action. Hard to say it's bearish, though, right? Hard to be like, that's a bearish thing. That we're earlier in the cycle. I don't know. I think we're just right on track. Sounds weird, but I think that we're right on track. And I think we have more all-time highs to come this year. I don't think this is over. You're not concerned yet? Me neither. I have zero concern at this moment for Bitcoin. Zero Bitcoin concern. What's up, 𝐂𝐴𝐲, my guy? One of our awesome, talented analysts over at Crown Crypto on our course. How you doing, 𝐂𝐴𝐲? You guys should subscribe to him. Am I familiar with the DeFi project AGG? I am not. But I have heard projects attempt to unify liquidity across like all chains. I've heard that as an ambition before. That's certainly not the first time I've heard someone claim it. I don't know if that's ever really going to be possible without like centralization, without centralized sources. Like, I'm certainly no dev or expert in that sense, but I don't know if that's ever going to be possible in the sense of like the bridging concept seems very flawed. I am not interested in using bridges and stuff. It just seems like they're constantly hacked. It just doesn't seem like the technology is there yet. So maybe instead of saying it like isn't possible, maybe we should say the technology is not there yet. That maybe it will be possible someday, but maybe not. Not at this moment. That's right. Yeah, I'll stick with that. Let's take a look here at some low time frames. Buy or sell, please. Buy or sell what, bro? Bitcoin? I would side with a buy to 102 versus a sell under, let's see, 5%. I would take that. Yeah, I would take the long over the short here. Maybe that's foolish. Considering I haven't looked at any of the low time frames yet. Hourly's all right. Honestly, it's Friday. You're going into like weekend price action. After this move, man, I don't know. I just wouldn't take either trade today. I probably would not open a new trade today. Again, beeps. 2 hours rolling over. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with the upside for now. 3 hours still heavy. 4 hours heavy. Slowly resolving. I feel like the 4 hour wants to make a move to the upside, but it could take like till the end of the weekend. Really though, here's what I'm looking at. Let's keep this simple. We can use indicators, we can use whatever, right? All day. Let's keep it simple. This pattern, this diamond, is holding up pretty well. We had a range low break, we had a range high break back to back. We had a higher low that's still in play for now. So what's the next logical move? Test the top. Test the top. Test the descending high. It's called 102. I mean, we can say as high as 104, but like, I don't know, like 102. Pretty good. I think that is the better bet than losing the low here for now. Man, that looks like shit though. Yeah, these time frames. It's making it's testing our patience here for sure. Let's get a different look. Let's get a little different perspective. Testing the 100-day earlier this month. Having trouble here at the 50 and 20 though. That's not ideal. That is not ideal. Let's see, the last time 20 and 50 were above the 100 and price rejected. Kind of like this. The only difference would be we have the higher high. There we go. 151,000. We did it live. Let's go. Let's go, fam. You guys are the best. Daily is certainly, Bollinger Band's not looking hot, right? Under the 20. Our recovery candle on the 3rd. Back to the 20. Tested as resistance. We've fallen lower. We're at the bottom of the bands. That's certainly not looking great. Ooh, 90 days. Let's go to 1 week. 20 weekly coming on up here, trucking towards price, looking to meet it at the probably about 90K. High 80s next week, 90K. Maybe in 2 weeks. Top of the bands. For now, it looks like we're just doing this on the week. Similar price action to this March off the high band to the basis line, the 20 weekly. Pretty similar here. If we bounce the 20 week here, this could be some good alpha. If we do come down to test it, we could get a long around 90K, right? Off that 20 weekly. If we fail to break a higher high, put in a lower high, and retest that 20, that could be a signal to kind of get out of long positions. That's still potentially weeks away. You can see that like into summer. Two-day looks just as shitty. These bands are really tight, though. That's what she said. Last time the bands were this tight, January of last year, price did rocket. We were below the bands before rocketing. I'll take that. I think that this is just going to end up looking exactly like January. Exactly like last year's start. 3-day looks pooped. Not a lot of spice, man. Where's all the spice? Who stole our spice? Not stocks. Stocks didn't steal them. One o'clock. I got 2 hours till the next stream. Trump, chaos in the markets. That's true. Yeah, there's definitely some freaking chaos right now in the markets, my friends. I don't think anybody knows what even next week is going to be like. I don't know. I don't think that's what them say. I think that's just like an accurate market analysis. It's like we're not really sure what next week is going to hold. There's been a lot. I don't know if any president's ever made this many changes this quickly. That is not certainty. Need more time to buy Bitcoin? You got it, baby. Check CME gap? Yeah, sure. I haven't looked at it all week. Could be good. Chaos for sure. Sure. Forms tailwinds. Could be. Don't really have any gaps here. CME largely gapless. Filled. Really, on CME, the only gaps are below us. You can always argue there is a gap from the all-time high to infinity. 110,000 on CME. Remember, CME broke 100K before spot, and it broke 110K before spot. Something to keep an eye on. But CME largely gapless. Largely gapless. You got to go all the way down to 80K, 77K before you get to like a meaningful gap. Below that, just about 60, 53. And then the graveyard of gaps. These ain't never going to fill. What's up? Submarin777. Thanks for subscribing, friend. The recent increases. Bitcoin will go to zero. That sounds like gibberish. Game over, bro. Can Karahasan says that Bitcoin's going to zero. I guess, guys, actually pack it up. I'm just going to sell all my Bitcoin because if Can said it, what other outcome is there? That's it. You bought all the jalapenos? What's up, digital asset? How you doing, bro? Donato, crispy, bands to make them dance. That's right. It's crazy how often spider lines work. Spider lines meaning like connecting previous cycle, kind of like highs to pivots. Yeah, I think it's kind of an argument that all trend lines, all analysis like has some validity, as long as it's not, I don't know, made up. Just nothing. Am I sure about going long? No, but I think that it has a better shot at hitting 102.4 than it does before 92.5. Scams. Where are the scams, Cold War? What's the scams? Yeah, guys, the one, I think, in the biggest, most compelling anti-bear market argument is when the bull market's over, no one is yelling about the bull market being over. That is like the biggest, that's like the biggest argument in my opinion. Literally never in my like 8 years of crypto has that ever been the scenario where like people are afraid at the end of the bull market. No. People are the most irrationally risk on, fearless, euphoric. They aren't, everyone's sitting here like, oh, it must be over. It's over. It's not, I don't know, man. Pi cycle indicator. All right. Why not? We can look at that. That's easy enough to look up. Let's see here. Pi cycle. If you're a pi cyclist, pi cycle's looking for 144,000. Not there. This is terrible. Like, you really cannot see this. Like, this is a terrible representation of this. But you can see the numbers. We are actually closer to the pi cycle bottom band, to the low band, than we are to the high, to the top band, to the 111 DMA. Why 111? Honestly, guys, I feel like the reason for that is because that's what fit the data. That's why I think they chose it. I'm a skeptic of the pi cycle indicator. Wait. Why is this different? 89? Or is it different? That's weird. Because the 111 day has never been like a bottom. What is the point of that lower band on the pi cycle? What is the point of it? I don't know what the point of it is. I can't make the rationale. 𝐿𝐴𝐻. 𝐿𝐴𝐻. What's up, Submarine? 𝐿𝐴𝐻. What the hell is 𝐿𝐴𝐻? 𝐿𝐴𝐻 down 30% today. Has no market cap according to, no, I gotta look at this. No market cap according to CoinGecko. Only available on Radium now. Nah, brother, this is only traded for like a few hours. There's nothing I can do here that would be valuable to you. There's no analysis I could do here. People can say there is. I mean, maybe you're looking at like wallets and stuff. That's not my jam. But there's nothing on a chart that I could do for you that would be valuable, unfortunately. And it really would just steer you the wrong way. I don't want to do that. You've been losing for a year now. You're doing it alone. You need help? Well, join us. Join us, precious. Still sign up for that free trial for our group, my friend. What's this, Folix? We're just charting and chilling, brother. Cycle is over. Can is also very sorry, guys. I want to update you. Can, the caller of the bull market, is also very sorry about it. But it's over. It says we were deceived and robbed by the president of the United States. A meme coin. I mean, like, I was the biggest objector to this rug. I called this a rug day one. I told you guys there's really no other way this ends. People did not like to hear that. But this did not end the bull run. This never was big enough to even impact like the bull run. Remember, we're looking at a $3 trillion market cap. But how many billion did Trump trade to? Like, if 20, I forget, like 20 billion, 30 billion. That ain't shit. That ain't shit to the total market. Bitcoin didn't even notice that. Did it put a dent in alt season? It kind of seems, well, there was never alt season, but it does kind of seem that it dented the alt, kind of the meme craze, which I think was overdue. Did you guys know 99.9 I forget how many nines are after that. Percent of wallets on pump.fun end up just losing their money. It's like virtually every wallet, virtually every project that is launched on pump.fun, virtually every meme coin that comes out just gets rugged. Do diamonds typically play out up or down? That's a good question, Crispy. I am not the biggest believer in the diamond. Not the biggest believer in the diamond. Diamonds in TradFi. Let me make sure I'm not speaking out of term here. In TradFi. That's what I thought. Typically a reversal pattern. That's what they're described as in TradFi. So this is what the circle pattern or the diamond pattern would suggest if we look at the textbook, right? TradFi definition. In crypto, I'm just not sure I've really ever seen them play out that well. Arguably, and this is going to look different, right? Arguably, this was a diamond. That did not play to the downside. What other examples? I guess that kind of was a diamond in a way. That did play out. I have never found them to be super reliable patterns. Personally. But if you want to go by textbook definition, like if I made a video about them, I'd probably be talking about reversal. Kind of Toshi meme coin. Is Toshi rugging? Probably. Didn't they get listed on Coinbase? I think it's interesting that we're in the timeline where Coinbase lists rugs now. When did it get listed? January 14th? 𝐂𝐡𝐚𝐫𝐭. Chart. Oh, that chart. Quite the timeline, though. Is it rugging? It's down 75% from its high. Not quite rug territory yet, maybe. Really, what a rug is really just like up to interpretation, right? You're probably looking at just the Coinbase data, and that's why that feels that way. Is it rugging? I don't know. But would I buy this? No. Guys, there is, in my opinion here, there is no argument to buy alts right now. There's just, in my opinion, there's no argument to buy alts until Bitcoin dominance chills the F out. Hasn't chilled out. Hit a new multi-year high. Yeah, wigged down, but it's just been trucking up. Until this shows weakness, I don't see the argument. That means whatever coin you're looking at, whether it be Toshi, Trump, what was it? Mandy. How many days without a vape? Looking clean. LFG, babe. What's up, LFG? I thought it was 3 months. I think I was yelling that earlier. So it was November 20th. So it's actually been 2 months and 20 days-ish. So about like 10-ish days from now, it'll be 3 months. Thank you, my friend. Feeling good. Quitting the vape is by far the best thing I've ever done for my life. Submirin super chatted again. Well, that Mandy is backed by another YouTuber, PMG. Still a no from you? Yeah, dude. We do different kind of content here, brother. I keep it real with you guys. None of that would convince me it would convince me of anything, right? Like another YouTuber shilled it. Dude, 99% of YouTubers in crypto are scammers. Like, that wouldn't, in no way would that convince me. Because it went from a certain amount to another amount, like that nothing is like, I don't know, nothing changes about that. Also, I don't even think I called this a scam. I think I just said there's nothing I can really do for you here. It's only traded for a few hours. Its market cap is arguably nothing, but we'll say the market cap is like $1 million, right? There's nothing I really do for you there. So to change my mind, there's no mind to change. This is PMG. Who is this? Let's blast him. Oh, Project Moon Gold. I know that guy. I mean, I don't really know him. I don't, like, I've never met him. He seems good. Seems chill enough. But I guess what I'll say is him backing it doesn't mean anything, guys. Doesn't he might not know. Like, he certainly doesn't know is the future of this coin either. Like, I have been offered millions of dollars over these years, total, cumulatively, to shill all kinds of shit. And certainly most of it was rugs. Just because if I were to like have taken any of that money, which I never did, it wouldn't have made it less of a rug, or less, it wouldn't have done anything. You like Mandy? That's fine. It's his coin with his girlfriend. Jumping on that train. Yeah, it seems kind of ruggy, guys. Seems a little ruggy, bro. Is what it is, all of them rug. This is the thing. All of these coins rug. Is this the one magic exception? Maybe, bro. I don't know. I don't know the future. But like, they all rug. Trump coin, that can't rug. He's the president. It's rugging right now. Like, I don't know. If you guys want to invest in them, you can, right? I'm not here to tell you you can't. I'll tell you, I don't think that's a great idea. I think you should buy a Bitcoin. But like, go for it, man. Just don't expect me to, I don't know, feel the same way you do. I don't expect you to feel the same way I do about buying Bitcoin. Mostly because I've done this for a long time and realize that just isn't how it works. I don't know. You got a meme coin for Valentine's. Thank you, WaveCypher. How you doing, bro? Are you going to be there? By the way, guys, it is an hour and a half until our exclusive live stream in our new group. Our new trading group that you should join. You should right now. You should check it out. Let me see. You should try the free trial. You should do the free trial at least, right? You got nothing to lose. Everything to gain. All kinds of goodies in there. Analysts from all over the world. Join us. Crown Crypto. There it is. What's up, Blockchain Report? How you doing, bro? 90 minutes until that stream. There's still time to sign up for the free trial. Get in there. For sure, a pump and dump as the Trump coin. I can't name any of these coins that don't end up the same way. I don't know, man. I just don't think there's really another. What's the other outcome, Handy Mandy. All right. Trade Intuition says there's too many bundled wallets. It's just like not my area of expertise. Hopefully, Trade Intuition's a smart guy, great analyst, has a great YouTube channel. Probably knows more about that than I do. The bro, 2 YouTubers agree crowd is arriving. Jeez. Check line from 2020 tops. Yeah, it's one of my favorite trend lines, and it's totally under talked about. You guys see all these FUD lines that are just not even drawn correctly. You see them everywhere. I'll show you what I'm talking about. This one's on regular. You see these lines that are drawn, they're just placed to do a narrative, right? These two, you just saw me do this. Snapped to the exact value. There's no bias. There's no interpretation there. Look at that. I mean, that's powerful. Nobody talks about this one. Yet, we see, how many of these have you seen? How many of like this bullshits have you seen, right? Let me see. Let me do it. So like how many of that have you seen? This is just fit to do a narrative. There is no correctness behind this. Let me do it correctly. We'll see where it actually lines up. So we'll take the highest point of 2017. Then we'll snap it to what, the first high, because using the second high wouldn't make any sense. Where are we? See, it doesn't fit. It's a bullshit line. Just to a narrative. I'll do the other high to see if that's like maybe where people are getting this from instead of just like smoking crack. Maybe it's the second high. Is this where they're getting it? All right, there we go. That at least touches the trends. Okay, that's at least there. Here's my problem. Why are you using this high? Why are you ignoring all of this? What? It just seems odd to me, right? You're using this point and that point? I don't know. How do you feel about them? You put them on logarithmic and they're both junk. At least our line on logarithmic still in play. Still in play here. I don't know. What a slow day on the tubers. What happened to the people saying the top was in? Brian Jung chilling ski. I love Brian Jung though. He's a good dude. He's a good guy. A lot of these people I just my buds in real life, you know. Andy, good to see you. Rip. You are precious. You're a precious, precious person. Just DCing and holding that Bitcoin. Amen, Randy. Amen. Doesn't Bitcoin dominance trigger alt season when it drops? Doesn't a drop in dominance indicate you're too late? I mean, you're too late for the exact bottom, maybe. Yeah, sure. For the like 𝐒𝐵𝐭 bottom, which you're not gonna get anyway in any other way. Like at this point, like if you're saying that, how many times have you already bought thinking it was alt season, and now you're like, well, it won't be the exact top. Look back at the last time. Let's look at the last cycle, right? This is the only thing we can really go on. I know this was asked a while ago, but I just feel like talking about it. So, 𝐒𝐵𝐭 top, dominance into alt season. Does it look like you were too late? It's up. I mean, it's up to you. It took 136 days to reach its lowest point. Took almost 90 days of falling to really begin that acceleration. So wouldn't it be too late? I'd say no. At least not based on what we've seen before. That's what I'd say. 63% and then drop? Could be. I think we go higher, but it's really just anyone's guess. Could be a good take profit. 2021 top, sure. Could be, yeah. Send me some edibles. I'll take some. Tops in, says Aiden. We have Aiden in. That guy Carr said it, so GG. Full moon in 5 days. Who knows? Hopefully it means we're going to go up. Dude, it doesn't seem like anything. It doesn't seem like anything is going on. It's like, it doesn't. We've had like a full moon and a new moon. We've had all kinds of kind of cyclical stuff happen. And just nothing has happened, dude. We've gone through so much here. 1, 2, 3 moon cycles here, and around this range, nothing's happened. I don't know what it's waiting for. Maybe we're waiting for quantitative easing. Weakness in the cloud. I know we talked about that back. We talked about that a while ago. I don't remember when. Price dumped through. That's not great. Cross down. Today rejected. Last 2 days rejected. That's actually kind of ugly on the day. Where are we on the week? Still high above. Here's one thing that we can look at and have some confidence in, okay? We have never seen a cycle top without the Ichimoku Cloud Weekly turning red, twisting. You haven't twisted yet. This will twist about 24 weeks out, too. Let's see. 35 bars, 45 bars. Let's see. I think it's like 29, though. So right here. Right there. I guess maybe it would take a little longer, but we've never seen it. We're not there. I don't know. I really just do not see the argument for bull markets over when it comes to almost any quantification of the run. The only thing that argues it is just emotion. Just, I feel like it is. I feel bad. That's it. I don't know. All right, we got an hour and a half till our exclusive stream in our group. This has been a chillin' chartin' Friday, guys. Chilling Friday. I think I'm going to call it there. We're going to be live again Monday. If we have a very, very spicy move, we'll go live over the weekend. But just one more time, you can get a free trial. You can sign up right now for the free trial. Join us in our exclusive stream in 90 minutes. It's going to be a smaller group. You're going to be able to like come up on stage, ask me questions in voice. It's a lot more intimate. There's a lot of value in this group. There are daily exclusive market analysis streams. Hey there, Professor Beans. Professor Beans just opened the door and came in. She never opens doors. Hi, booby. Come on. Come on in. Do you miss Papa? Come on. Daily updates, trade analysis, trade setups, signals, analysis, all kinds of goodies. Check it out. I'm so confident in this group that it delivers the value that you're looking for, that I give this free week trial. Not many people willing to do that because they don't want you to see what's under the hood, because then you see there's nothing. There's a lot of substance here. Hopefully I see a lot of you later today in that group.